Menu narration option is set to off. Menu narration option is set to off.
Coach, we're just a stone's throw from the Delaware River, and we've got some water to contend with ourselves. A steady rain falling at Lincoln Financial Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New Orleans Saints and the Philadelphia Eagles. Here's Will Lutz ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
There we go, Pac-Man. 280!
Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. He finds an opening past the 40. And he'll finally be taken down just shy of midfield. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend, sure that he's right.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They run with Howard. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Waiting!
Now on 2nd and 13. Wentz. Man open. It's J.J. Arcega right side. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 27-yard line. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 27. Out of the gun, this is Howard. Now Howard stripped. He lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. On 2nd and a yard. Wentz. It's caught by Davis. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
There we go, Pac-Man. 180! Watch out, watch out!
On first down, they run with Howard. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Now Wentz on third down. Got a man open. It's Ertz. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Zach Ertz there to make the grab. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Here we go. 260 orange. Got double time. Double time. Even. 4 down. Even. Ready.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards, good for his Saints, first down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series. For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
25. Check 25. Check 25. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creep. Blue dog focus. Blue dog focus. Kill. Hey, turn it up. Turn it up. Check 50. Check 50. Watch it.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
Check. Bravo.
He'll look to throw. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 10 yards, good for his Saints, first down. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now a handoff here to his running back. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Let's go. Check the
Now a give, right side. It's Dawson. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. Now they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is third down.
66. Fully ride. 52. 12. 52. 52's the mic. I got you. Let's go.
Back to throw here. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Nice 7. Let's go.
They'll set up to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. A gain of 6 there on first.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Slam. 22 jet bomber. I got you. Let go. Ready, go.
2nd and 4. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that's going to bring up a third down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Here we go again. He's checking. Cracks. Hey, alert 3. Recon, 132 fight. Alpha. Hey. Stay at home.
So that'll back him up 5. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game.
Yep, banjo.
Here's Kamara off the draw. They get 1 yard back there to make it 2nd and 14.
Well, obviously, they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead, now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now.
Come on, set. 50. Land. Switch up. Charlie.
2nd and 14. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
But there was no trace of nervousness there. He was able to diagnose that play from his linebacker position, stay in excellent coverage, and bat the ball away.
The Saints on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 14. They'll look to throw. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And that'll be off the crossbar and out and short. He couldn't get it there. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Tight ends on the Ringo.
from the 39. Wentz. Yeah, he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
A gain of 26 on the third down conversion. Running with Howard. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
This is Howard on second down. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. First and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have score. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double lock it. He's crossing. He's checking.
Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. 2nd and 1. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
He'll drop to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Garner. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Check back. Mike 52, Mike 52. Here we go. Ready.
They'll set up a throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Here we go. Here we
inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And it's second down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things.
52 for the mark, boys. 52. Let's get it together.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And it'll be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year. So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time, but now it'll be 3rd down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
I got one.
A final shot before half for Wentz. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend, as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, we'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished.
It's caught inside the 25. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Will Lutz on for the point after. And that one makes it 14-7. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This one fielded at the 5. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Wentz looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42, and they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
Ready. 70 and 54.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Ready, go.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing. Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4.
They'll drop the throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And he's able to bring it out 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver. Third down here. Shotgun now for Wentz. And he connects with Ertz. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down.
Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback, D-line.
They try to run on first down, but this defense says no dice. They stop him a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. That'll bring up second down. Wentz to throw again. Caught by the tight end Ertz. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Hey, come on, now.
Again, it's Wentz. It's caught by Sanders. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the third down conversion. Wentz now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. David Onyemata there on the tackle following the pickup of 4. Here's 2nd and 6. On the give, running right is Howard. And he loses the football a second time. They'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. They don't care if it was luck or skill. But the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground,
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Ken Crawley. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
On the ready.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Here we go.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
On that play, it was the defensive front that won the battle. They out-leveraged the offensive line, got into the backfield, and held them to no gain.
Right there. 54, Mike. Set the tone. He's ready. Go.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Looking long for Thomas. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas, and it's third down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Check Mike 54.
They're going to look to throw. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 38. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Thomas, the intended target. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Again, it's Howard. Howard has the first down and then some. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jordan Howard, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Eagles take advantage of good field position on the turnover to cash this one in. The extra point up and good. And it's now 21-7. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a second and long.
Check, check. Walk 54. Walk 54. Not today, Ron. Not today. Mike spot 4. Mike spot 4. Mike spot 4. Rip left. Rip left. Hot.
Back to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. 33 yards that time. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. That'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll make it second down. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the fourth quarter of play. Here's 2nd and 8. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Patrick Onwuasor.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Howard has the first down and then some. He's at the 50, 30. It's a big-time run by Jordan Howard. 59 yards for him on the ground.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Trying to punch it in with Howard. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal.
6 right there, 56.
They go with Howard again. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what?
Oh,
right?
yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
This one taken from the 7. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Looking sideline, incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
That's me. Right there. 54. Right there. Right. Charlie. Watch the run. Let's go.
2nd and 10. Thomas has got it, complete. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 30.
Here we go. Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4. I hope you brought your lips because I'm
He'll look to throw. Wide open receiver, complete. A very solid gain of 27. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. And yet again, this run game just continues to be completely shut off.
Completely stymied. I mean, they're trying to get some consistency, trying to find places to roam. They just haven't been there throughout this game.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. Exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Out to his left. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. It's the fullback there to make the grab. And the Saints get a bit closer. And a play fake down near the goal line here worked out well.
Anytime you can make them think that you're going to run the ball and go to that play-action pass, you see the end result, usually a touchdown.
Is that harder? Is the play fake harder to defend for the defense near the goal line or no? Because there's not as much room to work with?
It is harder because down near the goal line, you're thinking much more of a running play, especially if people run out big formations. So it is harder to defend.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Well, this is caught by Jackson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle 1st down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run from the pistol with Howard. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Howard, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. Shakes off the sack. Being chased out left. He may try and run for this. Wentz can pull it down when he needs to, and the 6'5" quarterback picks up the 1st down. So there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the 1st.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. Howard. Oh, no, he lost the football. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They go down to a knee, and the new campaign off to a good start. It's a win here in Week 1. So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is Week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Yeah, real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason. And now I'm listening to you. So for Philadelphia, that'll be a happy locker room as they start the season 1-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they go